In Unit 1, Soil and Water Conservation Engineering also deals with soil erosion, soil conservation practices. What is soil erosion? Denudation of soil cover and subsequent washing down is described as soil erosion, as we know. This is caused by two types. First one, natural factor, second one, human factor. Human factor of soil erosion, which means deforestation, overgrazing, construction activities, mining activities, defective methods of farming such as ploughing in a wrong way up and down the slope. The first one, which is described as the erosion caused by wind. The second one, which is the hilly areas where plants are not properly arranged to be formed, etc. The last picture denotes deforestation processes. While what are the types of soil erosions are gullies. Well, the running water cuts through the clayey soil and makes deep channels as gullies. As we know, gully is the main factor which includes erosion processes, which also make us very difficult for cropping the plants, while flat areas are becoming gullies. Second one, bad land. The land become unfit for cultivation and it is known as bad land. Bad land, as we know, that is not cultivated for a while, it leads to bad land, which means barren land. Next one, ravines. It's a channel basin, such as lands are called ravines, which means the water flowing areas of the channel bed. Next one, sheet erosion. Sheet erosion is simply sometimes water flows on the sheet over a large area down a slope. In such cases, topsoil is washed away. That after washing of the topsoil, which may get eroded from one place to another place, which is to be stored in another place. As we know, the particles from one place get detached from one place and move, and it could settle down another place, which is called deposition. Next one, wind erosion. Wind erosion, which means simply the wind may blow in a high speed and high velocity, which taking off the sand soil particle in the soil from one place to another. Wind blows leaves the soil of flat sloping land known as wind erosion. Next, what are the methods of soil conservation we have to introduce for reducing soil erosions? First one is contour ploughing. Ploughing along the contour lines can decelerate the flow of water down the slope. While the water is being flowed from the slope, it may get infiltrated into soil in a very less amount. While we plant any crops in that area, the plants will absorb some water, so the water infiltration rate will increase. The soil may get eroded at very less amount. Next one, terrace farming. As we know, in hilly and mountain areas, the terrace farmings are best practice for conserving water as well as soil. Steps can be cut out on the slope, making terraces. Terrace cultivation restricts erosion. Western and central Himalayas have been developed terrace farming in a wide range. Next one, methods of soil conservation. What are the methods of soil conservation, which includes strip farming? Large fields can divided into strips. Strips of grass are left and grown between the crops. This break up the force of wind, so the central part of the main crop will grow easily. Next one, shelter bed. Planting lines of trees to create shelter along the works in a similar way. Rows of such trees are called shelter beds. These shelter beds are contribute significantly to the stabilization of sand dunes and stabilizing the desert in western areas. And these are all the methods of soil conservation practices. As we know, first one, the erosion which may occur in a place, particularly while the wind flow and wind speed will be high. After one, the rainfall intensity and rainfall duration will be high. These are the two important parameters which involves in playing a major role in our erosion. For conserving the soil and water, we have to implement some methods for improving the soil, which is known as soil management. These are the strip farming, shelter beds, contour ploughing, contour farming, terrace farming, ridge and furrows, multiple cropping, etc.